Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 150th Reaction and Review. I know, guys, I'm kind of surprised I made it, this, far also. Yeah, 150 episodes, and goddammit, that is one hell of a huge accomplishment, and I feel real happy. I know that my happiness is probably going to fade rather quickly because I don't have high hopes for tonight's movie. Mind you, I'm still hoping it's going to be at least watchable, but watchable is sort of the least I'm asking for here. Tonight's movie came out in 2009, is based on a beloved video game franchise. That movie is Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Now, I know you guys have asked me to cover a different Street Fighter movie, and that being this one, the one from 1994, but I can't cover it for reaction and review because not only have I seen it, I've seen it many times. I fucking adore this movie. This thing is high quality, campy, cheesy goodness, and I love every fucking second of it. So much so I even bought it on Blu-ray. So while I cannot cover that one, I can cover this thing. And as I've already stated, my hopes are not really all that high. Now, the DVD here has two versions of the film. It has the theatrical cut, and it has the unrated cut. And for the purposes of this review, I've decided to watch the unrated version just because, well, why not? Might as well just see how well this thing could have been if it were, rated something besides PG-13. All right, let's just see what is essentially the R-rated cut of this film would be if they actually bother to get to allow this cut to be rated. You guys can kind of tell I'm kind of stalling. I really don't want to watch this, but you know what? This one is for you guys, because you know what? For everyone who asked me to cover Street Fighter from '94, almost an equal number of you wanted me to cover this thing. So this one is for you guys. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Alright guys, this I totally understand is supposed to look real touching, because it's Chun-Li and she's playing at a concert and she's having flashbacks of when her father was teaching her as a child. We see footage of her as a child. Are they going to explain at any time how she went from being a young Asian girl to a beautiful Caucasian woman that I swear guys, she apparently has changed fucking race from childhood to friggin' adulthood, and it looks really fucking weird, man. Okay, I have a question. How the hell is a concert pianist who's had no known martial arts training able to kick this much fucking ass, okay? There's no way in hell you can be this fucking good without any kind of formal goddamn training, but the only formal training she had in her childhood was learning how to play piano and apparently how to change her race. God damn it, what the fuck is wrong with this goddamn movie? Alright guys, I believe that this here is as good a time as any to mention this. You guys hear this bullshit music playing here? Well, yeah, you guys can hear this sort of like hip-hoppy, rappy bullshit they got playing here. Listen to this shit. And it just got fucking louder. This is fucking hideous. And the only thing which music this horrible is doing, besides giving me a fucking headache, is it's making a bad movie worse. Good God, I cannot wait for this fucking scene to end, man. So wait a minute. So, Bison has spent his entire life in Bangkok. He grew up there. Then why does he have a Scottish accent? If he spent his childhood in fucking Thailand, why does he have a Scottish accent? I'm really fucking curious because it's starting to bug me a little, man. So, Gen has the magical power to heal people just by almost touching them. I guess that would explain how he fucking survived that massive goddamned explosion, huh? You know, guys, this honestly is a little bit weird. We have had a movie with some really fantastic fights, and then we get to this fight here, which is between Bison and Gen, and it just seems weak as shit. It honestly is a little bit of a letdown after almost 90 minutes of really awesome fights. Oh, and now Chun-Li's gonna join in. Yeah, this might actually get better, but for some reason I kind of have my doubts. Thank fuck that's done. No, shut up. I am not listening to any more of your bullshit music movie. Fuck you. Okay. Well, guys, that was Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Oh boy. I'm gonna go into this a little different. I want to touch on the few minor positives before I dive right into the massive septic tank of negatives this fucking movie has given me. First of all, one big positive. Even though I mentioned that one of the last fight scenes, in fact, also the final fight scene as well, come off as very, very weak. All of the other fight, choreography is done very, very well. I mean, it is fantastic. It's just kind of a shame that there's not a good story to go with it, but that is a negative, and I said I'm not touching negatives yet. Another positive is that the acting is good. The acting here is really good, especially considering how god-awful the script is. Now that I've gotten the positives done with. Oh, yeah, guys, that's it. That is it. Acting and fight choreography. That's it for positives. Nothing else good has come out of this goddamn movie. Now, before I get into writing, I'd like to talk about consistency. This film's never heard of that word, which is why I want to talk about it. See, as I've already mentioned a few times, Chun-Li at the age of about 5, and even when she's a little older and she's 10, she still looks Asian. She still looks like Chun-Li. By the time she's fully grown, by the time she's the whatever, 20, something she's playing in this movie, she doesn't look Asian. She looks fucking white, which means that we've had a character who has overgone a race lift during a movie. I've never heard of that happening ever, and good God, is it ever off-putting. Also, speaking of consistency, especially when it comes to Chun-Li, I would have loved it if the cast, the crew, and the director could have all gotten together and come to a consensus as to how the fuck you pronounce her name. Because about half of the cast, who are willing to actually call her by name, call her Chun-Li. The rest of them call her Chun-Li, as if there's 2 O's in her name as opposed to a fucking U. Yeah, I would have loved it if everybody could have gotten together and decided, is it Chun-Li or Chun-Li, and stuck with it throughout the duration of the film. Instead, we have some of the cast calling her Chun-Li, some of the cast calling her Chun-Li. Most of the cast are not calling her anything because apparently in this film it fucking borders on a sin to actually mention a character by name. So, holy shit. Beyond that, there is also the term in terms of Bison's backstory when they talk about how he was raised in Thailand. He spent almost his entire life there, yet the actor has a rather noticeable Scottish accent, which would probably have made sense if he were born and raised in Scotland. However, at least as far as the writers were fucking concerned, Bison never even set foot in the country, much less lived there long enough to have developed an accent. So that also sort of falls into a problem involving consistency, plot holes, and other goofy bullshit. Just, my God, guys, that is the... Oh, and then, since I'm now on the topic of plot holes and other questionable things, I guess that being a concert pianist also makes you a master martial artist and an expert in the fine art of parkour, because Chun-Li slash Chun-Li is able to pull this shit off with no problems, even though, again, at least as far as the writers are fucking concerned, she had no formal training to speak of, because she spent her entire childhood learning how to play the piano and mastering the fine art of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is not a fucking martial art. How the fuck do you learn how to fight when the two things you learned in your childhood were Tai Chi and concert piano? That doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. My God. The writing here, guys, is just full of these sorts of problems. We have problems abound, the biggest of which is the fact that all of these characters are ridiculously shallow. What few characters have any sort of depth, that depth basically is, oh, they have a daughter, they have a dad, oh, they just watched their daughter slash dad whatever die. That's it. That is all we have for depth, is, oh, this person has a couple of family members, and what do you know, most if not all of them are fucking dead. That's it for depth. That's kind of... Okay, guys, I totally understand that Street Fighter is not the deepest franchise to call fucking shit from, but goddammit, you could have had something. Instead, this thing, guys, barely even qualifies as a Street Fighter film, and I know I said I wasn't gonna dwell on how loyal it is to the fucking source material, but guys, the only thing which is loyal here is a bunch of names. That's it, alright? The very fact that this thing has Chun-Li, Gen, Bison, Balrog, Vega, Charlie, that's it. There is nothing else here which in any way connects this motherfucker to fucking Street Fighter, which makes me think that, what the fuck was the studio behind this? It was 20th Century Fox and Hyde Park fucking Entertainment. One of those two must have had a fucking script. Just a standard, cliche, blasé, been there, done that martial arts film, and then Capcom swung in and said, hey guys, would you like to throw some of our characters into this bullshit script? And that's exactly what we got. Oh my God. The writing in this thing is that bad, which really sort of highlights how good the acting is. I know I've already stated about acting, but god damn it, guys. When you are handed a script which is just this putrid, the fact that the acting shines this fucking well is really a fucking accomplishment. So, yeah, guys, the biggest sin this fucking movie has is the horrendous writing. Because the fucking story here is just so paper thin and hackneyed that there's no fucking reason to sit down and watch it. I mean, I would happily love to sit down and touch fucking, like, lighting and cinematography, but none of that is even valid here because it's a major fucking studio film, and the only reason to even mention that sort of shit is if it was done poorly. And, well, a couple of scenes are a little bit dark, but that makes sense because it's set at night. However, it still would have been nice if the fight between Chun-Li and Vega was lit maybe a little bit better. Perhaps maybe if Vega had a little bit more screen time, I'd probably care because, fuck, I'm kind of partial towards Vega. I have always liked playing as Vega in most of these Street Fighter games. So it's like they took one of my favorite characters, they have him in here, which, okay, that's totally cool. He's in the film for maybe about 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, and then he's gone. Never to be seen or heard from again. And that's kind of sad, alright? It's like, Jesus Christ, why the fuck did they even bother to have him? Oh yeah, they had him in here for fucking fan service. And in the original script, he was probably just some random fucking hitman. They just worked in the fact that he wears a mask and had one line referencing it. Ooh boy! Again, my theory about this just not being a Street Fighter film, but just a martial arts film with Street Fighter names tossed in for extra added flavor. My God. Guys, this film was complete and total crap, and I would like to say, when this thing came in, I noticed that it does have a bonus disc, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to cover this bonus disc. I sort of doubt it, because it's a Street Fighter motion comic based on one of the recent Street Fighter comic books. Now, what's funny is that motion comic. In fact, here, why don't I pull out the disc here? It's called Street Fighter Round 1 Fight. You can buy this thing separate from this. What I find really funny is it costs more to buy this fucker separately than it does to buy this thing, which comes with it as a bonus feature. That should tell you how absolutely hideous this fucking movie is, where it's actually more expensive to just buy the bonus disc separately. But of course, that's just me like segueing into completely different bullshit. Right now, guys, though, if I really had to say, can I recommend this film? No. I cannot recommend this film as a... Well, I can. I can recommend it if, big if, you're into mindless, plotless martial arts films and you don't care about anything else. If you're just looking for fantastic fight scenes, you can probably find all the fight scenes on fucking YouTube. It'll save you 90 minutes. So, yeah, this thing is not good. This movie is absolute garbage. And frankly, since people are going to ask, is there even a definitive Street Fighter movie out there? Well, I would recommend the movie from '94 if you're looking for a slightly more if you're looking for a more fucking like tongue in cheek comical version of Street Fighter. But if you want something that's actually kind of serious and really works here, go for Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. That is the absolute definitive Street Fighter film, and I don't think anything's ever going to match it. However, I would still recommend the Street Fighter movie from '94. This thing, though, I believe all copies should be fucking burned and destroyed. This thing is unwatchably shitty, and I almost pity everybody who worked on this film. I mean, god damn, guys, if I honestly were a part of the cast or crew to this thing, I would be horrifically ashamed to even have it on my fucking resume. Now, I'm done rambling about this fucking movie. It was just that bad. Now, Street Fighter, the legend of Chun-Li, came off the Amazon.com wish list. The person who sent it in is actually a friend of mine, and her name is Kari. You can find her YouTube channel at youtube.com/user/firefoxkari. I am going to put a link to that channel in this video's description. And if you want another take on this film, I do know, I still haven't watched it because I didn't want to spoil my overall experience of this film. I do know that Razor Fist has also covered it, and I will happily link his video in here as well. Or maybe I'll just make this a fucking, response to his. That'll probably be a little bit easier. So yeah, guys, holy shit. I really wanted to find a memorable film to cover for episode 150, and god damn it, I fucking found it. I found a movie which is just so absolutely horrid that I'm probably going to have nightmares about just how bad this goddamn thing was. Holy shit. Well, guys, there we go. 150 episodes, and god damn it, I'm hoping to be here for another 150. This is fucking amazing. So, yes, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.